So, dear students, today I am going to explain the pivot transformation. So, I have taken a maximization table. The first problem I have taken, that is, see here x1, x2, minus 1. These are independent variables, and t1, t2, etc. They are dependent variables. And 7, 8, 9, this is the objective function column row. Actually, if you want to write it in the maximization LPP, the problem is maximize 7x1 f of xy x1 x2 equal to 7x1 plus 8x2 minus 9. 7x1 plus 8x2 minus 9, subject to conditions x1 plus 2x2 less than or equal to 3, 4x1 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 6, x greater than or equal to 0, x1 greater than or equal to 0, x2 greater than or equal to 0. These two are main constraints. X1 greater than or equal to 0, x2 greater than or equal to 0, then non-negative constraints. So if you want to pivot, you have to pivot 1, 2, 4, 5, any one out of these 4. That is 1, 2, 4, 5 inside this row and inside this only. That is 1, 2, 4, 5. If you want to pivot, you pivot only out of these 4 elements. You pivot any one, not other elements, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So here I have taken 2. So the first step is, so directly you can write the pivot transformation. Just in one step, you can write the pivot transformation. So the first step is interchange the variables. Here x2 and t1, leaving the signs behind. That is, first you interchange the variables t1 and minus x2. Interchange the variables in the same row and column. So x2 and t1, you interchange these two variables. Once if t1 comes here, then it becomes independent variable. Whatever you write here, they are independent variables. You interchange x2 and t1, leaving the signs. That means don't take minus to this side. Okay, write minus here itself. Then the second step is take the reciprocal of 2. You write it as 1 by 2. And you all the elements of the same row divide by 2. That is 1 by 2, 3 by 2. You actually now the P is 2. Divide the other elements of the same row by 2, and divide the elements of the same column by minus 2. That is minus 5 by 2 minus 8 by 2. That is minus 4. Divide the elements of the same row by minus 2. That's the first step. First step is interchange the elements of the variables, leaving the signs behind. Second step is take the reciprocal of p. That is, here you have got 2, take it as 1 by 2. Then divide the elements of the same row by 2, and divide the elements of the column by minus 2. That is minus 5 by 2 minus 8 by 2. That is minus 4. And the remaining elements, that is 4, 6, 7, 9. So here 4 is 4 into 2. Actually, we take this element as s. 4 into 2, 8 minus 5 into 1. That is 4 into 2 minus 5 into 1 divided by 2. 4 into 2, 8 minus 5 into 1, 5. That is 3 divided by 2. So it is 3 by 2. So 3 by 2. So here 6 into 2, 12 minus 5 into 3, 15. So this rectangle, actually, I can take like this. 6 into 2, 12 minus 5 into 3, 15 divided by 2. 6 into 2 minus 5 into 3 divided by 2. that is 6 into 2 is 12, minus 5 into 3 is 15, minus 3, divide by 2, so it is minus 3 by 2. This is minus 3 by 2. Next, 7 into 2, 14, minus 8 into 1. 7 into 2 minus 8 into 1. 14 minus 8, 6 divided by 3. Divided by 3. So that is 7 into 2, 14, minus 8 into 1 is 6, 8 into 1. What happened? 7 into 2, 14, minus 8 into 1, 14 minus 8 into, that is 66 divided by 2, that is 3. Then this element, 9 into 2, 18, minus 8 into 3, 24, that is minus 6 divided by 2, minus 3. Then this is minus t2, then this is x1, this is f. This is the pure transformation. So I'll explain once again, explain once again. See how to write this table in the canonical form. If you want to write it in the canonical form, maximize f of variables are x1, x2, f of x1, x2 equal to 7x1 plus 8x2 minus 9. 7x1 plus 8x2 minus 9. This is the objective function rho. Then subject to the conditions 1 into x1 plus 2 into x2 less than or equal to 3. Less than or equal to 3. And 4 into x1 plus 5 into x2 less than or equal to 6. x1 greater than or equal to 0, x2 greater than or equal to 0. These are non-negative constraints. These two are main constraints. And this is non-negative. This is non-negative constraints. So pure transformation is, first step is interchange x2 and t1. Interchange x2 and t1. That is, write t1 here, x2 here. t1 here, x2 here. That's the first step. Then say I want to pivot to 2. Take 1 by p. That is, take the reciprocal of that 1 by 2. Divide the elements of the row by 2. Divide the elements of the row by p. So 1 here, so 1 by 2, 3 here, 3 by 2 here. Then divide the elements of the column by minus p. So here it is 5 divided by minus 2, minus 5 by 2, 8 divided by minus 2, that is minus 4. The remaining elements we take it as s. See, replace the algorithm says that replace every entry c s which is not in the same row and column as p by ps minus qr by p. See, if you want to in this place, particularly in the 4 into 2 minus 5 into 1 divided by 2. 4 into 2 minus 5 into 1 divided by 2. That is 3 by 2. Here 6 into 2 divided by minus 5 into 3. 6 into 2 minus 5 into 3 divided by 2. That is minus 3 by 2. 7 into 2 minus 8 into 1 divided by 2. That is 3. 9 into 2 minus 8 into 3 divided by 2. That is minus 3. So this is a pure transformation. So next class I will explain you complete simplex algorithm. First, I worked out one problem. I told you how to do work out pure transformation. I have the first problem I worked out. If you want, I will take another problem. Second problem that I have given in the notes. Okay, second problem. I'll explain. Take second problem. See, x1, x2 minus 1, 2, 3, 6, 1, 3, 2, 0, 2, 1. So how to write? This is minus t1. Here it is minus t2. This is f. Suppose if you want to write in the canonical maximization LPP, canonical form, how to write? F maximize f of x1, x2 equal to 0x1 plus 2x2 minus 1. Maximize 0x1, 2x2 minus 1. subject to the conditions 2x1 plus 3x2 is less than or equal to 6, x1 plus 3x2 less than or equal to 2, x1 comma x2 greater than or equal to 0. So now I'll do the pivot transformation. Which element you want to pivot? If you want to pivot, you are eligible to pivot either 2, 3 or 1 or 3. Out of these 4 elements, you have to pivot one element. Here the question is pivot A12, that is 3. That is 3. Okay, what is the first step? See, interchange the variables corresponding to that row and column. You interchange T1 and X2, replacing the keeping the signs same, okay, leaving the signs behind. That means you don't take a minus to this place. Then take the reciprocal of p. I want to pivot to 3. Take the reciprocal of p, that is 1 by 3. Sorry, this it should be like this. Take 1 by 3. Then divide the elements of the row by p, that is 2 by 3, 6 by 3. Divide the elements of the column by minus p, that is 3 by minus 3 minus 1 minus 2 by minus 3 minus 2 by 3. This is the first, that's the second step. Okay. Next, see remaining elements. For example, 1. See 1 into 3. 1 into 3 minus 2 into 3. 1 into 3, 3. 3 into 2, 6. So 3 minus 6 is minus 3 divided by 3, that is minus 1. Then here 2 into 3, 6, minus 3 into 6, 18, that is minus 2 divided by 3, that is minus 4. Minus 4. Then 0 into 3, 0 into 3, minus 2 into 2, that is minus 4 divided by 3. So minus 4 by 3. Then 1 into 3 minus 2 into 6. 1 into 3 minus 2 into 6. That is 3 minus 12, that is minus 9 divided by 3, that is minus 3. This is the pivot transformation. So you practice the problems like this. Work out the other problems. If you have got any doubt, you call me. Okay, I'll explain again. Tomorrow I'll explain you, that is a complete simplex algorithm. Complete simplex algorithm. So there is a lot of pivot transformations you have to do. Practice this today. Okay, thank you.